Hey, good morning, everybody, which is just me for now. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully, everything is working out. Let me see if I can hear. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sounds pretty good. All right. Early Saturday morning. Got a ton of stuff going on today. And it's a huge day of horse racing action at the Breeders' Cup, which just ran their first race. And the 4 Arabian Nights got home at 3-5 with ease, blew the field away. Let's see. I think we're going to pick it up with race 3 here for the Breeders' Cup, and I'm kind of going to work through it as we talk about it. So, race 2 in 30 minutes, and we got soccer starts at the top of the hour. Everything going today. So I think, the Breeders' Cup races start in race 3. Race 3, we got fillies and mares, 13 runners, 7 furlongs on the dirt, $1 million purse. All right, let's see what we got here. As I always like to do, I do daily doubles, exacta boxes, and we also have our top picks. All right. Daily doubles, exacta boxes. All right, so we're at race 3. And let's take a peek at the races here. Race 3 is the start of the Breeders' Cup action. Quickly, hot trainers on the 1 and 3, hot trainers on the 8, which I kind of like. Frankie's Rocket, Mott, Flavian Pratt on the 3, Chi-Town Lady. So who do we like in race 3? All right, for the double, I think we're going to go 5, 8, and 13. That will also be our exacta box. So in race 3, we're looking at race 3, the first of the Breeders' Cup races. Race 3, we like Frank's Rocket, Goodnight Love, Goodnight Olive, and Echo Zulu. Asmussen. So who are we going to take as top pick? All right, for our top pick, we're going to take the 5 in race 3. That's going to be Frank's Rocket. And I'll make a note here. Frank's Rocket, top pick, race 3. 583 for the double. 583 for the exacta box. Top pick, the 5, Frank's Rocket. Let's go to race number 4, which has 16 runners. Lord have mercy. 5.5 furlongs. So this is definitely a sprint. It is 3-year-olds and upwards on the turf. So basically, this is a turf sprint breakout. Usually, I mean, it's hard to sit back in a field of 16 and sprint at the end. So 5.5, this is probably just going to be a mad dash. Usually in these turf races like this with such a big fields, you can get some madness. So I pretty much expect craziness here. And I did note already I did like the 6, the Highfield Princess from France. So we'll go ahead and probably say that's going to be my top pick. I had made a note on that one. So the top pick for race 4 is going to be the 6, Highfield Princess. And to go with it for all of the, and we'll probably just avoid the favorite. This is so hard, isn't it, with all these horses? They did scratch some runners. The 12 is scratched. The 15 is scratched. So we're technically only 14 runners in this race. Top chat, live chat. Nobody. Is anybody even watching? Hello, hello. So Highfield Princess is the top pick, and with it, kind of got a lot of European runners: Irish, Great Britain, France. Let's go 4, 6, 10 to start another double, and that 4, 6, 10 will finish the double from race 3. So we got 5, 8, 13, 4, 6, 10 for the double in race 3. And we'll also do exacta box 4, 6, 10 here in race 4. And as I mentioned, the top pick is going to be the 6, Highfield Princess. And we'll move on to race 5. So many races. Let's try to get through all this. Like I said, we do have soccer starting in 20 minutes. For the Premier League plays this morning, the 2 matches that start in 20 minutes, I got Wolverhampton in a draw, Nottingham, Brentford draw. So I basically got 2 draws. I think Wolverhampton is playing Brighton. So just give me draws in both of those matches. The best bet starts after that. I'm going to play Everton as my best bet in the Premier League today. Everton plus 135. And let's go to race 5, which they start spreading these starts out. The Breeders' Cup Classic, I believe, is race 11. Doesn't start till 2:40 Pacific. So we're talking 7 hours of horse racing today, minimum. From Keeneland is where they're running the Breeders' Cup this year. So now we're up to race 5. Get a little information here. 11 runners slated. 8 furlongs, which is a mile. On the dirt, I got my cats are making noises. Who knows what they're doing back here? I got a new kitten. If she comes close, I'll show you if I can grab her. She's pretty fast. Race 5, 1 mile. Anybody scratch? So we do have a scratch of the 8. Informative. It was a real long shot, and also a scratch of the 6, Laurel River, which wasn't a long shot. So it's a little mixes this race up quite a bit. Your morning line favorite, the 7, Cody's Wish. I kind of like the 3. I do believe in this race. Pipeline, Flavian Pratt, and Chad Brown. So we're going to go for race 5. Start the double. We're going to go 2, 3, 5. We're going to have 2 simplification. Luis Saez 15-1, kind of a price. I always want to throw something in. Thing with horse racing, if you want to cash a big ticket, you really got to have an imagination, because big ticket prices don't come from the horses that the form is going to give you. So if you sit there and study that racing form, which I've done, and it always kind of steers you to the horses that everybody else is going to like. And if those horses win, you're not going to make any money. And they typically don't always win. Horse racing does not go to form. And 2, 3, 4 for the double. Exacta box 2, 3, 5. And the top pick for race 5 is we're going to go with the 3-horse Pipeline. Pipeline is your favorite, or is my top pick. It's not the favorite, but it is my top pick for race 5. So far, race 3, top pick Frank's Rocket. Race 4, top pick the 6 Highfield Princess. Race 5, top pick the 3 Pipeline. And I will run through all these plays later as we get done with this. Race 6, we're up to here. Set it on race 6. This is going to be 9.5 furlongs, so we're getting up there. That's a mile and 3/16. So that's getting up there pretty far. It's going to be on the turf. 3-year-olds, mares, and fillies. 3-year-olds and upwards. Big purse, $2 million purse. So even by race 6, they're already up to $2 million purses. Huge, huge. Let's see. Do we have any notable scratches? So far, they're showing everybody still in it. You got 12 runners. And man, I'll tell you what, in this kind of race, you can almost expect anything. And I looked at this race last night, and I did end up with the top pick in race 6. I like the 11-horse in Italian. It's a great British. Joel Rosario, Chad Brown, always solid connections. In Italian is the top pick. And we're going to go 4, 7, 11. That'll finish the daily double from race 5 and start the double for race 6. 4, 7, 11. And that will also be the exacta box. And here comes my baby. See if we can get a debut. This is baby Z. And let's get it's just a mess. This cat is a mess. Baby Z making her live stream debut as she wants to participate in the Breeders' Cup live stream. Are you going to be crazy all day? Okay. Race 6, the top horse was the 11. Cat is like sprinting back and forth behind me, a little bit of a distraction. Race number 7, another sprint, 6 furlongs on the dirt, another $2 million purse. We got 11 runners in this one. Heavy morning line favorites, the 9 Jackie's Warrior, Joel Rosario, Steve Asmussen. So the top pick I like in race 6. The same connections are on the best in class horse and the 9. I'm going to put the 9 on the ticket, but I'm probably not going to make it my top pick. Yeah, so let's go. I kind of thought about this already. This is a tough one. The 6 in race 7, we're going to make the top pick the 6. Which is Elite Power, the 6-horse. Elite Power is the top pick. Your connections there, Arad Ortiz Jr. and Bill Mott, solid connections. That's going to be my top pick. And 369 will finish the double from race 6 and start the double in race 7. 369, and that will be the exacta box. 369 for race 7. With the top pick being the 6 Elite Power. Let's go to race 8. Race 8 at Keeneland. Scheduled 16 runners. This is the Turf Mile. $2 million purse. This is usually a crazy race. The 16 is scratched. The 12 is scratched. So we got 14 runners left. Your morning line favorite is 7-2. which tells me this is going to be a tough one to try to land on something strong. I do note I did like the 8 from before. Yeah, it was the 8, and it's Chad Brown. I must be on to something here today. Chad Brown, Jose Ortiz on the 8. Let's see, exacta box, top pick. So here in race 8, the mile turf race with 14 horses. We're going to land on the 8 as the top pick, and that is Regal Glory. The 8, Regal Glory, and it was 5, 8, 13 are the horses I liked. 5, 8, 13. That'll finish the double in race 7. Start the double in race 8. And that will be the exacta box. 5, 8, 13. Race 8 at Keeneland. The top pick is the 8, Regal Glory. Moving forward into race number 9 as we work our way toward the big one. Race number 9 is 8 runners, all still in it. This is a big one. I mean, they're all big, guys, but this race here is starting to get some really more recognizable. Nest, I believe, was in the Triple Crown races this year. It came in second, I do believe. And Nest is always a solid runner. Winning, perhaps not, but always in the mix. And Nest is your morning line favorite at 9-5 in this race. And the distance, 9 furlongs, I say a mile and an eighth. Think sometimes Nest might need a little longer, but in this field, it's hard to really say you're going to beat Nest, but you're probably not going to get a very good price on him. Malathat, the 1, John Velasquez, Todd Pletcher. Tough to go wrong there. Yeah, so this was a tough race. I sat there looking at this one for a while. I might even nod it off watching this race. Top pick, race 9. Yeah, I hate to say Nest, but trying to figure out how you could possibly beat this horse. I mean, there's several options here. The 1 looks solid, and so does the 7. Chad Brown, Todd Pletcher. Who am I going to go with in race number 9? Wow. Yeah, let's go with the 1 horse as the top pick. We're going to go with the 1, which is Malathat. Malathat is the top pick. And we're going to go 1, 6, 7, which will finish the double from race 8. 1, 6, 7. And in race 9, that'll start another double. 1, 6, 7. And that will be our exacta box. 1, 6, 7. Probably not going to be a big payout. Smaller field here for race 9. Race 10, it'll be 1 race shy of the Classic. Race 10, 13 runners scheduled. Yeah, you usually get to these races, there's not a ton of scratches, man. These big money purses. This is a $4 million purse. 12 furlongs on the turf. They're running a mile and a half on the turf. Crazy, crazy. Long distance, almost a marathon. This cat's over here hitting the door. The door stop. I should have known this horse. This baby kitty's going to drive me nuts while I'm trying to make a live stream. A long race on the turf. You pretty much can expect if it's anything close to hot pace out front, those horses are going to die, and your winner is going to come flying somewhere from the back. It's just a matter of pace. If it's hot up front, imagine those front runners are going to just absolutely absorbed by the field coming forward toward the finish. Either way, it's probably going to be another madcap finish. This is another one I was struggling to find the right horse here. You're looking for something that might be a decent price, but you just want to find the winners at this point because your morning line favorite's 3-1, which is a solid price. But in a field of 13, try to find a little more value if it's possible. You got a horse from Ireland, Nation's Pride. William Buick is these are not American connections, and Charles Appleby's the trainer. Really, really, really fast horse, this 7. You kind of wonder, if this horse is going to try to set the pace, slow him down, and sprint at the end. I'm probably not going to take the 7 as my top pick, but certainly I could see that horse doing pretty well. I think this is the one where I was going to go just crazy, and this is probably people are going to eyeball this pick, and if it doesn't run, I'm going to look like a fool, but if this horse does run, you look like a genius. Irish horse with no kind of American connections, just kind of like the form I saw, and I think it has a big one in it. And some of these Europeans, particularly Irish, these horses on these turf races in Europe, they actually run uphill and downhill. I mean, some of these courses they run on, and a lot of them will have the uphill at the finish line. So it's the last 2 furlongs as they approach the finish line. These horses are running uphill. So it'll definitely test the stamina of the horse. Top pick for race 10. I'm going to take the 3 Stone Age as my top pick here. And 3, 7, 10 are going to be the numbers. If this exacta hits, this one's going to pay. 3, 7, 10 will start the double leading into the classic. And the exacta box will be 3, 7, 10. And that brings us to race 11, which is going to be the Breeders' Cup Classic, race 11. Let's see. Yeah. Going back and forth on this one. Just say right off the top, we can cut the drama. My top play, and everybody loves Flightline. I mean, come on, man. Jeez, horses 3 to 5 on the money line, and literally everybody and their mama is picking top line, Flightline, and I just can't do it at that price. Anybody that knows me and the way I bet these horse races, I would never in 100 years drop my money on a 3 to 5 horse in a Breeders' Cup Classic. I just can't do it. I don't even think I would have bet Zenyatta, which is my favorite racehorse ever, at 3 to 5. Probably would do an exacta or some kind of trifecta, put Zenyatta up top and throw some crap behind it. But my top pick for the Breeders' Cup Classic is the 6 Epicenter. Think this horse is in a position to get a big run. Joel Rosario and Steve Asmussen are your connections. And we're going to do 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. And we'll lead out to the last race. 2, 4, 6 will be the exacta box. Let's see if we can put together some kind of ticket here. Let's go at this from 2 different directions. Trifecta, we'll put the 6 out top. And we'll do the 2. Yeah, it was 2, 4, 5, 7 behind it. 6 up top, 2, 4, 5, 7 for the trifecta. And then the superfecta. Try to keep these cheap as possible. We'll go 2, 6 up top. And then, it's hard to ignore the 1 also in it, Taiba. 2. 2, 6 up top. Wow, how are we gonna play second? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 behind it. Man, you better play this for a dime. This could be an expensive one. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the Breeders' Cup Classic, my top pick is the 6 Epicenter. Exacta box 2, 4, 6. Flight lines probably going to be tough to beat. I'm going to try to do it with the 6 Epicenter. 2, also a viable option. And kind of a shadowy horse that a Baffert runner is in the 1 hole, ridden by Mike Smith, who was the jockey of Zenyatta in most of her glory. I think all except 3 races, Mike Smith rode Zenyatta her final 17 races, including her Breeders' Cup Classic win. In 2009, Zenyatta won the Breeders' Cup Classic. In 2010, in her final race, it was a devastating second by a nose. The only race she ever lost was her final 20th and final race. So we got pretty much everything settled here. The double for race 11 leads into the bullshit finishing race, the 12th, which nobody's really going to care about, except I might have a double on it. In fact, we'll just scratch the daily double for race 11. And we'll just have it finishing from race 10, 3, 7, 10, 2, 4, 6 as the daily double. So in race 11, the Breeders' Cup, the 6 is the top pick. 2, 4, 6 is our exacta box. And the trifecta, 6 over the 2, 4, 5, 7. 6 over 2, 4, 5, 7. So we're going to run through about the half-hour mark here. Race 3. Let's go back over it real quick. Race 3 at the Breeders' Cup. Top pick is the 5, Frank's Rocket, 5, 8, 13 exacta box. And daily doubles with the exacta. Basically, each race, the exacta box will be the daily double carrying over into the next race. So race 4, top pick is the 6, Highfield Princess, with the exacta box in race 4 of 4, 6, 10. And race 5, top pick 3, Pipeline, with exacta box 2, 3, 5 for race 5. Race 6, your top pick is the 11 in Italian, with an exacta box of 4, 7, 11. Race 7, top pick is the 6, Elite Power, with your exacta box of 3, 6, 9. And then in race 8, we got Regal Glory. The 8 horse is my top pick in race 8. The 8 horse Regal Glory with an exacta box of 5, 8, 13. Race number 9. Top pick is the 1, Malafat. And the exacta box is 1, 6, 7. And race 10, the penultimate, right before the Breeders' Cup. It's a good race to lead in. This is going to be a crazy race. I just got a feeling race 10. And I've got kind of a long shot as my top pick, the 3, Stone Age. On the morning line, this horse is 15 to 1. So I'm obviously stepping out on the limb with this horse. The 3, Stone Age, is my top pick in race 10. And the exacta box will be 3, 7, 10. Stone Age as the top pick. And finally, race 11, the Breeders' Cup Classic. $6 million is the purse, I believe. So, you bring your runners. There were a few 3-year-olds, but this race is open. You do have to pay $30,000 pre-entry, $30,000 to get into the starting gate. And I think if you finish in the top 9, 8 or 9, you get pretty much the money back, but you do have to pay to put your horse in this race. So it kind of weeds out some of the garbage. Race 11, the Breeders' Cup Classic, my top pick is going to be the 6, Epicenter, is the top pick for the Classic, and the exacta box of 2, 4, 6. And the trifecta, we're going to play the 6 up top, key that 6 up top with the 2, 4, 5, and 7. 6 over the 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I see I had a couple new viewers. No comments. I can actually read it. I said there's going to be a lot of comments. So I was going to have to put my glasses on to read that. So that's pretty much the Breeders' Cup action. Got soccer getting ready to start, or has just started. 2 plays at 8 o'clock. I like Wolverhampton, Brighton in a draw, Nottingham Forest, Brentford in a draw. My best bet in the Premier League today is going to be that later game at 10:30 Pacific. Everton plus 135 is my top pick in the Premier League. You also have World Series Game 6 tonight. Full slate of college football from beginning to end. I did do 3 videos, guys. If you want to check those out, 3 videos for the college football today. Also NBA action. So it's just a full day of action, including a lot of Breeders' Cup. I'll probably be bouncing back and forth, trying to get my horse racing in. I did actually have a ticket in this first one. Let me check my ticket here. Race 1. And they're getting ready to run race 2 right now. And who did I have on my ticket? My bets. So I need the 1, 4, or 5 to cash for a double in race 2. Maybe we'll watch race 2. They're showing it as getting ready to happen. So let's see what's going on. Let's peek in.
For me, I did use Messier, but on my pick 4 I have going on, I included Fortin Hill, and I really liked the warm-up from him.
I played the pick 5, which began in race number 1. Luckily, I only used Arabian Night there.
So I got some long shots here. Let's check out race 2.
My top pick is the number 2 horse, Nakatomi.
They're loading him into the gate for race 2. And all the Breeders' Cup races begin in the next race.
I don't think that's not for nothing. As they are all in line, race number 2 here on Breeders' Cup Saturday. Let's go to Kurt Becker for the call.
They are at the post.
I need the 1, 4, or 5 to cash the ticket.
They're off. There goes Fortin Hill from the outside for the lead. Messier right there in the opening strides. Gunnet and Silk Trade up close in between.
I don't know if I'm going to get copyright infringements for showing them.
Nakatomi, 6 sliding down toward the rail to try to find some running room to move up. Within 3 lengths of the lead now. No shirt, no shoes. Moves up 2 spots from 7th on the far outside. Endorsed back toward the rail is in.
Got me looking.
A gap of 4 more lengths to Nighttime, who travels in 9th. Lofty Adjudicator 10th. Roboman last of the 11. 22.6 seconds the time for the opening quarter. It is Messier between horses with a head in front. Fortin Hill second up on the outside, and Nakatomi right there toward the inside in 3rd. No shirt, no shoes is 4th, running 3 lengths off the lead as they round the far turn. Endorsed moves up the rail in 5th. Silk Trade is in 6th, top of the stretch. And here is Nakatomi for the lead. Nakatomi moves up the inside and takes the lead away from Fortin Hill. Endorsed, switching off the rail toward the center of the track, has clear running now at the 8th pole to come after Nakatomi. Nakatomi inside, Endorsed on the outside. Nakatomi leads it by a length and a half, 16th to go. Endorsed is second. Nakatomi with Endorsed still trying. Nakatomi and Endorsed. Nakatomi and Endorsed. Nakatomi by a long neck on the wire. Endorsed
Nakatomi
in second, then Fortin Hill in Nighttime. 1 minute 15.66 seconds.
Nakatomi with the victory. Wesley
I did not hit
before the race, and this gelding shows you why.
This was such an interesting trip for him, too, Michelle. Tyler Gaffleon was aboard Nakatomi. We knew he wouldn't be on the lead.
I think the horse I got did get second.
He was trying to sneak through the rail and establish position coming around the turn.
Holding that position was key here. And a lot of times a horse on the
That is a loser.
This particular instance, he did the intimidating. Once he put his head in front of Messier, you see Messier.
And it is the one that was trying to come get this too.
Out the back end here. That gave Nakatomi a huge bit of confidence here. And with Tyler Gaffleon riding lights out is able to extend that lead over a fast-charging endorse. But it was a very brave ride, and it was a very brave finish from Nakatomi.
Damn it.
Tyler Gaffleone is one of my favorite riders.
All right,
He
so
was
that should be
leading
everything
the
for the
lead right.
day. We got Breeders' Cup. We went through the entire card. Plenty much a full day of action, guys. I appreciate everybody that checked it out. Best of luck to everybody with all of your action. I got 3 videos up for college football. I got 1 video up for NBA tonight. I got a video. The soccer match has already started. I could just check real quick and see if anybody actually has scored in this soccer match. It's just getting started. England soccer. Leeds and Bournemouth already, but see, Wolverhampton, Brighton, a draw, no score. Nottingham, Brentford, draw, no score. Both matches nil, 10 minutes in. So there you go, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Best of luck to everybody, man. Maybe next time we can get a little interaction and some comments. Breeders' Cup Classic top pick is the 6th Epicenter. And we'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Good luck today.